The Imperial Federation, the largest empire in the known galaxy, is several thousand years old. Their origins began at the end of a planetary civil war on Sandara Prime, when a group of imperialistic nations put away their grievances and agreed to join together to take over the galaxy. They formed a federation of imperial states and quickly expanded into space, colonizing many of the nearby worlds. Mobilized by great steamships and powered by mammoth juggernauts, they conquered dozens of systems and dominated the stars. They spread over the known galaxy, building hundreds of colonies, and reached all the way into lizard space. They built huge mining depots, their tunnels digging deep into the earth. While they took all the natural resources such as gold and iron, they primarily wanted a substance called fire gel. This thick, oily substance powered all their machinery, fueling their entire civilization from steam turbines to elemental lanterns. The fire gel is siphoned from the elemental force of each world and learned from an ancient being known as the Spark. The Spark was believed to be a being of divine power and held mastery over nature. He taught the secrets of world energy and how to turn such energy into fuel. The fire gel was meant to build great civilizations, to defend against the marauding Rust Horde and end the battle over resources, but instead it only encouraged power and greed. Planetary lords fueled huge armies, each trying to bring more and more glory for the Federation. Merchants traded the gel by the millions of barrels to other empires in exchange for gold, and the wanting excess of their civilization burned through the fuel faster than it could be harvested. Many of the worlds turned into harsh deserts and hostile ice worlds as the planets slowly died. Huge dust storms swept across the lands, and the wildlife began to die off. Farmland withered, and oceans dried up. This should have stopped the Federation, but instead it only fueled the cycle of waste, as the planets needed more trade to sustain their people, and in turn needed more fire gel. The air became polluted, the waters poisoned, and this led to many in the Federation to begin wearing goggles and leather clothing to protect from the elements, though many still dressed in Gothic Victorian gowns and suits. As the Federation's power waned, local planets began taking over the Federation colonies and pushed them back to its current borders. So rapid was the decline, hundreds of colonies were abandoned with haste, leaving their machinery behind to rust and the miles of mine to decay. To keep the people in the Federation united, the Commission was started, a group of loyal officers to the Emperor, indoctrinated since birth. They guide and oversee the planetary lords and ensure all the worlds remain loyal to the Federation, with any hint of rebellion ruthlessly cut down. While it silenced critics, it fueled dissent, and rebellions became common. As the decay of the Empire continued, the Orc Empire saw a chance for expansion and invaded Federation space, fighting a 30-year war, destroying many outlying systems and crippling the Federation's military. When it was over, the war ended in a draw, but the damage was done. The Imperial Federation was on death's door and collapse seemed near. Mass starvation, joblessness, and crippling debt left millions to flee their worlds and seek a new life elsewhere, with many taking their chances on the Panthara system. While this is only a brief overview of the Imperial Federation, more information can be found under planetary files within the Exemplia library.